I call myself a reluctant Alaskan because 12 times I went through processing in the Army and told them send me any place but Alaska because I was born in Alabama and I couldn't stand the cold. Turned out to be the luckiest thing. The Army actually knew more than I did. I was from a family of printers and teachers of printing, in fact, and grew up in a print shop and learned the alphabet and the type case. Had the daytime. I was too young to go in the bars, so I got a side job. I called it a sunlight job in the Anchorage Times, June 30th of 1958, when the statehood bill was passed, and I had a hands-on part in that, setting the "We're In" headline that did become the iconic symbol for statehood. Earlier in the day, Bernie Kaczynski, the editor of the Times, came down to ask me what was the biggest type that we had. And I knew that we had some what they call doomsday type back in the back shop. So I brought that out. He wanted to say we're number 49, but that was too long. Thought for a minute and he said, how about we're in? So, okay, that fit. But the only problem was we had no apostrophe, but we did have a comma. I thought for a minute and I took that comma over to the saw. It's wood type. Took it over to the saw, cut the character off, moved it to the top, spaced out below it, and voila, we're in. In 1962, we moved to Birchwood, and the fortunate thing there was my son introduced me to baseball, and that started a 25-year career as a coach in between my working time to give me something to do, and that's something that became a love of my life. In 1971, I started a weekly newspaper, the Chugach Eagle River Star, and that was the beginning of a 30-year experience in newspapering and provided so many opportunities. It served well because we were pretty well respected in what we did. I got interested in politics and I ran for mayor and was elected as mayor. When it was appealed to the Supreme Court, they decided that legislation was unconstitutional because it was special, applying only to Chugach Eagle River. We've been part of Anchorage ever since. Sold the paper and retired in 2000. I put out a book of a collection of my favorite columns out of that, and then did another book on life in Alaska and the good things that have happened to me. Call that one Reflections of a Reluctant Alaskan. More recently, I've done one on the wonderful people of the Gold Rush. Stampede is the title of it, and then subtitle is Saints, Successes, Suckers, and Scoundrels of the Yukon Gold Rush. We were married on June 27th, 1951. She's stood with me through thick and thin, some lean years and some good years, and she's the lucky one who's been able to sleep with a mayor, president of a corporation, publisher, and baseball coach. I've worn so many hats, and she's able to brag about being able to sleep with all of them. Been in Alaska, even though he came reluctantly, has been the luckiest guy in the world.